Now return to Warhammer Quests. So I've been playing a second account on my own, and I played it casual. This is the adventurer. We're playing on standard, but I was playing casual, which says that combat is easier. That is not necessarily true. Perhaps there's less HP for the enemies, but it is still overwhelmingly the same bullshit with rooms full of encounters after encounters with the constant missing. So it's a problem with the game, how it is, and I think I've been playing this wrong. I kind of got a better feel for it, knowing what I was doing, and then just trying other things early on in the game, and like the game really punishes you unless you are attacking with everything. So, like, hanging back, being cautious is not how the game is meant to be played, I guess. But it's also just built in that it is going to be unforgiving and unfair. And right about when you get to here, around level 3 or 4, once again I ran into the no money thing, where it just, because of like the level cost first of all, but also like whereas everything goes up in like difficulty and expense and all that stuff, the one thing that doesn't seem to increase is the money you get. Like, you might be going up against more difficult enemies, but you're not making more money. You get more money by fighting more enemies in the later levels, but the base cost seems to be about the same. So you just can't keep up. you can't keep up with the huge incline in costs for like your level ups and just all that. And even if you just don't level up, like I was actually on my second playthrough, I'm actually in like level 5 territory when I was down here in the level 3s, which is easy to mop up, but you know, just hanging on to that for a while, even still, I'm out of money again up in here. So like, yeah, I could have been playing a little bit more optimized this whole time, but it's still, I don't think, would matter, and I don't see how I could possibly finish this game the way things are. I'm actually up against harder enemies. I don't think I've come across an orc war boss in this playthrough. In my other playthrough, on casual, I think it was this one, the red mission up in here, I came into a room with 4 orc bosses and then 1 war boss plus a smattering of other error boys and stuff. Like, it's insanely difficult. I don't understand what the hell they were thinking, and I don't understand how it's possible to go any more difficult than what it is. Even if I spent the time grinding and grinding and grinding and get everybody their best items and whatnot, like the rings and all that. Did I buy the ring last time just to make sure? I did. Maybe the levels, like these quests, these standard ones, the red missions, maybe those scale properly, but everything else is on an exponential scale that makes it unfair. These encounters, these side missions, side quests, scale with your characters. So, like, you could sit back here in the early levels and build up and make yourself powerful as I did, but doing these, they just throw everything at you. So, like, that's not an option there. Building up, like, by the time I got down here, full gear, I'd be facing full enemies of river trolls or whatever the hell. So anyway, what this is all getting towards is I think I'm just going to try and do this, and fuck, man, like, these black ones are supposed to be harder than the red ones. Like, this is the capstone mission of the region. I'm going to try and finish off Stirland, and maybe just out of curiosity go see what a Skaven thing looks like, just so we can see some different goddamn enemies. But I think this is going to be the end of the series. I'm not going to bother going through everything here. That's just it's too much of a hassle to keep up, and it's just so supremely frustrating to not be able to finish a mission just because of bullshit. I mean, that's all. The only way to explain it is just that it's bullshit, and I don't think it was ever designed with balance in mind. I can't imagine how, because this was a mobile game, and one thing that mobile games tend to do is they design things to force players to pay to win. Take easy mode if you buy some stuff. The only thing I can think that this game might have had as such content were these legendary items. Maybe that's how you could have bought your way into a more comparable stand. But if you start out in the PC version with that and it's still this difficulty, I just don't see how I could ever get on par with the enemies. It's just, it's ridiculous. Anyway, so we're gonna go in here. I think I'm just gonna quit, and then we'll just move back to here. What level are these guys? They're all at level 5 now. Got the Grey Wizard who's still level 4. Oh, whatever. Maybe I'll actually go through a little bit to see if I can kill some enemies and make some gold. We're gonna leave you back. Ah, shit. I don't know if my inventory is proper. We'll find out in a minute, I guess. So yeah, like the method that I've been using of like lining everyone up at the door because I don't want to waste movement units, and it allows me to get everyone to be able to move in, or like hanging in the doorway there and waiting for them to come to me. That's all a huge waste. Even the wizard, like, it's better to just risk taking the hits and get him in there so he can use a few attacks too. And the elf, don't hang back, just use the elf as a range. You gotta get everybody in. And I frankly hate Jesus Christ 2 already, and a big boss. I hate that. I resent that kind of game design. Oh, also interesting is that your characters do develop differently. So, jeez, I guess I better get in here then. So I have some other abilities on those other characters that I don't have here. In particular, my Grey Wizard is much more of a healer. Like, he's actually got like 3 healing spells. Damn it. Fucking hate how that works. Figure because he's angling this way, it should go just here, but no. One of the nice things about the other healer that I've got is that it only heals 1 point of HP, but it only costs 1 magic as well. Whereas here I've only got the 1 and it's very expensive. Another difference though is that I must have an item on him. I think it's the cape here, the +1 power. The other one does not have nearly as much stuff that he can do because he does not have the magic for it. So that's really annoying. Well, I can't do anything, so... First. Really should have given that experience to the wizard, but I need the wizard to be doing other things. And a firebomb. Make sure I'm giving myself... That's a green item. Right? Well, I mean, it is the only... I should just be doing it. Toughness. I'll have to have somebody else supply that. And we'll keep all that stuff. Yeah, you got to move up because the death blow thing is another attack that's really important to make sure you get. It's actually really frustrating. It's only a matter of goddamn time. Every fucking time. Can't go through a goddamn room without fucking encounters. Having to backtrack is the worst part. Being surrounded in a corridor, fine, whatever. When you've got things that don't move and you gotta go back and get them, just more fucking time wasted. Doesn't mean we can move forward, though. So we'll get right to that door and be stuck again. Alright. War boss. So it's not bosses, these are bosses. That's the war boss. There's another level above Orc war boss. They got like orange armor. Bigger horns. I forget what it's called. But yeah, there was a room of 4 of them plus one of these jackasses who, by the way, it's probably Cloak of Shadows that gives him the dodge. Decreased chance to be hit. Yes, this. Plus he's got the Armor of Doom. So yeah, between those two, we're not going to be able to hit this motherfucker. And the shields from magical damage. Yeah, he's gonna be. This is gonna be tough. We're probably gonna end up using a bunch of items. I mean, maybe this would be the time I want to use the Finger of Death, which is ridiculous, but. I think they gotta go around this. Well, it would be best... It would be best to move him up. Blood Rage. It is frenzied. Half the wounds caused while it's under heal him. Right, okay. We'll definitely be using that, but not right now. Draft of Strength. Probably could have used before. We might end up using that before we attack him. Doesn't surprise me. I'll have to use that in the next turn. But yeah, just the increased bullshit there. That alone is just going to make this impossible. I do have reserve magic. I kind of want to save it for the inevitable healing I'm going to have to do. I mean, they're going to surround me. It's probably better to plug that hole. They'd be able to sweep there. Let's plug the hole. Increased chance to hit. Should do that. Do this for hitting everybody in the vicinity. Yeah. This one's going to be a doozy. Oh, and the war boss is coming up front. Yeah, I'm about to let too many in. Damn it. Oh, fuck me, as if we need that. Well, good. We can back off, so I can at least do the... Well, no, because I just lost all my fucking magic. Of course I did. Come on, fucker. Decreased chance to be hit with a ranged weapon. I could firebomb, but that would hit me. Such fucking bullshit. Melee attacks. Should really be using that for somebody else. Use once. 5 to 30 damage. What I want to do. So I don't probably have the money for that. Another little trick here. If I don't want bad things happening, which like all the triggered events in town seem to do, send in a character I'm not going to use. There's something I wish I'd picked up a little earlier. Okay, we're not going to ever use this. That's 2 toughness. That's blue, that's why. It's 3. I don't know. I mean, do I waste it? I could get the elf up to what, level 6? Would be really good. I guess every little bit helps, though. I don't even know. I'm very, very done with this game. It is incredibly discouraging at the best of times. Start loading people up with... So you don't need that one. You need that one and that one. Ability to heal off of that is good. We can always swap in other stuff later. So what's it take to get to level 6? 5,000. Absolutely insane. That's another thing too, is I did not waste time leveling up, or waste time and money leveling up other characters. I did do the Witch Hunter, because he's just pretty handy actually against the undead, but even still, even with the money I saved on my second playthrough, I'm still behind. It's just ridiculous. And I even stopped to do a lot of side questing to build up, and that was still turned out to be part of the problem, because the game was trying to scale to be difficult at that level. Alright, well, let's see if we can even try the Cursed Toof. Damn wizard's not getting enough experience. The only way to be rid of the Cursed Toof is to place it back into the jaw of the long-dead Orc war boss. Be warned, the greenskins have flocked to the area, aware that one of Mork's chosen has been desecrated. It's also rumored that a river troll now guards the war boss's corpse, explaining to it that you're only here to return something. The warriors enter the dungeon in search of the dead war boss with the express purpose of returning the tooth that is cursed. One of your warriors will have to take on the burden of holding the tooth. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, who's got the items? Is it going to be a green item? Is it going to be like what? Toof bearer must carry the tooth until it's returned to the war boss's corpse. While the tooth is in the adventurer's possession, he suffers from a hex. He will find it more difficult to strike down his foes. That was the wrong one then, wasn't that? Be quick to give it back, or you may find yourself another victim of the curse. Yeah. If we're not going to be able to hit anything, this is over. Hopelessly unlucky. Well, that was the wrong guy to give it to. Once again, bullshit. I mean, maybe I should just quit now and give it to somebody else. Somebody's going to have to hold it. I guess you. We don't need you doing melee. It'll suck when he gets surrounded. I'll just have to be more careful. He's been primarily a healer. That could also affect his healing ability, though, is the problem. It might only make sure he rolls the lowest for heals. We'll find out, but, I mean, this is Big Boss. That's what it is, Big Boss. There's 4 big bosses and a war boss. So yeah, like in this situation, best idea would be hanging back here, but no. What I actually need to do is get my ass up here and just start wailing away on as many of these as I can get. I suppose really you should be here too. Oh, again. Is that? Looked like a switch there. That would have been interesting. Herman Grundle is confronted by a slumped, cowled figure. And now he's got the fucking disease. Because he's unlucky as shit. You'd think I should be able to clear the first area. You'd think that that would be a thing that the game designers would at least have the sense to allow you to do. Clear the first area without too much difficulty. This is, after all, only normal difficulty. This is fucking stupid. This is just brutally unfair. One vicious river troll. Oh, we're here already. Well, see, unfortunately, by not getting everyone together, we now have to wait for it to come to me. I might just end up using that ring. But I kind of want to save it because the black mission is supposed to be harder. Fucking ridiculous. What is Troll Stench? Decreases chance to be hit with a melee weapon. And it'll regenerate probably all of the damage I just did. Because why wouldn't it? Shield of Illusion. Shields the wizard and all adjacent warriors until the end of the turn. Well, when does the turn end? After you've gone? Because I'd hate to waste this. This is 2 shadow bolts here. But I kind of feel like that thing's going to tear me apart. Hardly anything. And that's it. I may end up having to use those. Good, 3 wounds. Well, you can at least move. You're not going to be able to hit, so it would be pointless, actually. Should have thrown that firebomb. And you're not the one who's hurt, so using that right now would be pointless. Ah, god damn. In the center of the chamber rests the ancient skeletal remains of a large orc. It could only be the war boss. He seems surprisingly intact, except for the notable absence of a large, tusk-like tooth from the bottom of his jutting jawbone. The tooth bearer moves forward and wedges the missing tooth back into the jaw. Immediately, he feels better. The curse is lifted. However, the taint of magic, I knew it wasn't going to be this easy. This was a very short, simple mission. The taint of magic continues to seep into the room. Your party steps back warily as a green witchfire lights the skeletal orc's eyes. Head jerkily rises, and the jaw moves up and down. A deep booming laughter emanates around the chamber. It seems the war boss hasn't quite finished with the adventurers yet. The skeletal hand rises and points at the former tooth bearer. More Guancha, booms the ethereal voice. With that, the fire goes out of the orc's eye sockets and the skeleton falls back in place. The party looks on dumbfounded, transfixed, only belatedly realizing that behind them, the river troll's corpse has started to get up. The curse has been lifted, but you must fight the river troll once again if you wish to escape. Are you fucking kidding? Well, I guess we may as well go to it. We can't because you're done moving. But you can firebomb him. That's it. Ranged weapon. Riverbow's not going to do anything. Could use a potion of toughness on somebody else. Let's hope he goes after the barbarian. Okay, well, let's hope the barbarian fucking survives. God damn it. Revenge. Your warriors finally put the beast down for good. He won't be getting up again anytime soon. Not risking another dangerous encounter, the warrior quickly heads out of the dungeon. The warriors quickly head out of the dungeon exit. Jesus. Well, at least that wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be. It's not great, though. Used up some items I'll never get back. As your party emerges from the barrow, they see a chest marked with the rune of Chalya placed before the entrance. On opening the chest, they find a generous gift from the priestess, and one that can easily be put to use. I guess. Right. Send you to market. So that. And I can't do anything. I gotta get you to level up. And I'm gonna have to save those 2,000 bucks for that. What do we have now? So how do I get to this then? Does it come out of you? It must. So now I gotta go back? I'd be upset if that's not what we do. Marauder, toughness and pinning. No, this is better. By a long shot. Don't I already have that? No, I went with power instead. Well, I don't know how this unlocks. So what I guess I could do is I could just skip, because we're not going to need this. 13 to 15 damage. So yeah, I guess we'll just skip over here. I assume it comes out of this one that maybe that one unlocks. Maybe not. Maybe the black mission doesn't unlock until you've done more. I don't really know how that works. And yet you can travel, region travel. Like I could pick to go somewhere else. We don't have to go directly. So maybe I could just fast travel to a different... Probably these, huh? And then we could just see what happens there? I don't know. Anyway, next episode's probably going to be the last one. So I will end this one here. I'll see you next time.